First of all, congratulations on the preseason All-America. What do you as sort of the center of attention on all of this, and then with everything that's come down in terms of rankings and stuff like that, how are you able to stay grounded? What do you have to do as sort of the person who's in the middle of this to keep everybody focused on the job at hand?
Thank you. I think that we don't worry about like ranking, like the numbers. We don't worry about like the accolades we get. Like, yeah, it's a good thing to like have, but we just got to work on ourselves and getting better, because at the end, if you look around the country, everybody has the same common goal, which is winning a national championship. So it's like, it's all for grabs. So we just have to just focus on ourselves and just get better and stay in the moment.
Go ahead, PJ.
Great, thanks. Hi, Aari, this is for you. I know that you've done a lot over the off season to change and to improve on what you already do and to be even better of an all-around player, right? Is there one little adjustment that you've made that you've seen like this significant impact from?
From myself or from my teammates?
Let's do both.
Yeah, so the little adjustment I would say for me is just slowing down, knowing when to change pace, and just reading the floor, just observing everything. And just for my teammates, their competitiveness and intensity every day. I think that's the little adjustment, and that's everything that we're doing. It's like making us better.
How has it helped to have Shaina practicing with her? I know you guys are very competitive.
It's been good. We push each other. It's like I play against a lot of fast people, but like Shaina is kind of like similar to me. So I mean, she helps me and I help her. So it's like we're both pushing each other, and we're both competitive people. So it gets chippy, but it's fun. And at the end of the day, we make each other better.
Go ahead again, PJ.
This one's for Derin. So first of all, I guess we haven't talked about this, but what really made you want to come to Arizona? What was the big draw for you?
It was a deal for me. Like, I trusted her, she trusted me. Like, she played like similar to European style, and she always recruits European players. That's why I chose Arizona.
Can I have a follow-up?
Go ahead.
Thanks. I know that you I've heard that you have you played or you have a relationship with Kelsey Plum, and was just wondering what that's like, and if she has had what type of influence she's had on you.
I met her twice in Istanbul, back in Turkey, and she really helped me to chose Arizona, because we were talking about the colleges, and when I said University of Arizona, she immediately said you should go to Adia. Like, that's what you have to do. Then I just chose Arizona. Yeah.
Go ahead, Jason.
Good morning, Aari. Congratulations on being named a preseason All-American. What is the chemistry like with you and Shaina on the same team on the court at the same time? Have you been able to develop that yet? Is it good? Will that take a little time? Certainly you've maybe practiced against her, but what about the two of you together on the court at the same time?
Yeah, we just were on the same team yesterday at practice, and we kind of complement each other. I can with Shaina, having her now, I'm able to go to the two more and play off the ball. And she's the type of player, she's able to create for herself and create for others. And so we kind of have that dynamic going on right now. We just really getting a feel for each other, although we don't play on the same team. But once we're placed on the same team, we work good together.
And again, what does it mean to you to be a preseason All-American? Congrats on that.
Thank you. It means a lot. It's a humbling honor. I'm blessed to be named an All-American, and I'm gonna just continue to do my thing. This will go out the window probably tomorrow at practice, but yeah, I just got to keep getting better.
Do you feel like this lineup is stacked with talent?
It is, yes. A lot of two-way players on the lineup, and I'm just excited to be like amongst those good group of women.
Go ahead, Alec.
Yeah, I have one for each of you. I'll start with Aari. The last couple years, Arizona women's basketball has kind of been an under the radar type of team, if you will. Maybe not inside your building, but outside wise, it took a while for you guys to build up the recognition. And now you're ranked number 7 in the AP pool, and you're not really sneaking up on anybody. I'm curious just how much, if the message has changed in the locker room, knowing that you guys really aren't the underdogs anymore. You're looked at as a real contender in college or women's hoops now.
Yeah, the message hasn't changed for us. We still feel like we're the underdogs, and our message every day just to keep getting better and just know that we have a target on our back like we always had. And so it's like we just got to keep making each other better and just worry about ourselves in the moment.
Do you like the fact, I mean, I know you said you view yourself as underdogs now, but do you like the fact that this women's team is finally getting the recognition that you guys have been, the work that you've been putting in is now getting a lot of more recognition?
I love it. It's about time. It just speaks testaments like our volume to Coach Barnes, the players she recruiting, along with the other coaches on our staff. So, I mean, they're doing a great job of building this program up, and I'm just looking forward to continue with the years to come.
And then for Derin, who have been some teammates that have helped you adjust to life at Arizona and that you've become friends with?
So everybody was so helpful to me, and like it really helped me to adjust more quickly. But Aari, Trinity, Sam, Kate really helped me like more to adjust to the team and to Tucson, everything.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Rich.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much. I want to follow up, Aari, with something that Alec just talked about of the team now getting the national recognition that you guys knew internally, how special it could be. Was there a moment where it all kind of started to come together and you thought everything that Adia had been talking about is going to come true, a moment where it just kind of snapped to you that this is something special that we have here?
I would say sometime last year, like when I seen my team just playing together and playing for each other and just competing against the other top teams in the conference, I was like, okay, I'm starting to believe what the deal was saying, when I first committed here. And it's just, hey, I trust her and she trusts me as well. So it's like, hey, it all came true.
Also had another follow-up for you. Talk about some of the newcomers and what they bring and how they've meshed into this culture that is growing and getting better.
Yeah. It's just, we're looking scary this year. It's just with the newcomers, they added the pieces that we needed over the past couple of years to be like an Oregon or Oregon State or a Stanford. So I feel like we're more complete this year. But Trinity, she adds that experience, she adds that toughness, and she's a heck of a rebounder. So, and that's something we've been lacking for the past couple of years. So she adds that. And Derin, she's a tough player, plays beyond her years, especially as a freshman. She's a lefty and she's not scared of anything. And I love that. Shaina, she's competitive as well. She's a tough guard and she can create for herself and others. And she can also play on a defensive end. And Bendu is very athletic, and she does all the hustle plays. She's not scared to get her hands dirty. So I love that. And Marta adds another post, give us more depth. And so I'm just really happy at how we're looking right now.
One last thing for Aari. I was talking with the baseball coach yesterday. He was talking about the baseball team is very grateful that they're finally able to get back out there and play after everything they've been through, cancellation of their season, COVID, being isolated. For this basketball team, how do you guys feel now that you're able to get back on the court and you have an opportunity to compete after everything you've been through in the last 10 months?
Yeah, just like the baseball coach said, we're grateful. And it just, I don't know, the lesson we learned is not to take anything for granted. We miss being out on the court with each other. It's just every day we're going out there, we're giving our all. So we just learned we have to be grateful and just to get better and make each other better every day.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Kim.
Derin, what's it like coming so far from home during the pandemic, and how much were you able to prepare over the summer? What was going on in Turkey?
So it was a really hard time for me back in Turkey because we always had to lock down for my age, under 18. So I couldn't like run at all or do like play basketball. So I just had to do my own workouts and try to stay fit, stay in the shape. And in the summer, I just worked one-on-one with private coaches and trainer conditioners. And I think like I did a pretty good job in quarantine. It was hard, but I just tried to manage to, use that time in a good way.
And Aari, you guys are kind of jumping right into Pac-12 this year because of the way the coaches decided to do the 22 game schedule. What's that like, thinking there's going to be no preparation before this tough conference?
It's going to be tough. And just thinking about 22 games, like it's going to be 10 rounds. It's going to be a grind. And I just know it's going to be a battle. So you got to bring your A game. And it's just like you said, with like little preparation, it's just like, I'm going to have to go off of what happened last year. I'm going to have to do extra research on players that just came in. So, I mean, just got to find more ways to be prepared and just got to execute the game plan that's given to us.
PJ, go ahead.
So this first one's for Derin. Coach Adia has talked about everyone has followed this new thing about improving 1% every day. Even she has. And what is your 1%?
My 1% is just to play like myself and try to get better in defense.
Okay, great. And for Aari, the team's going to look different this year with all the newcomers, obviously, and with Shaina on the court. What is that going to look like? I know you've only played together, you said like yesterday, and very few times in practice so far, but she's going to be creating for you, and you're usually the creator for yourself and for others. How do you think that's going to what that's going to look like, and how it's going to change how you play?
Yeah, with the addition of Shaina and just playing with her, it's going to help me a lot, and it's going to actually make my stats like more efficient. So instead of me having to play defense and create for my teammates, I'm going to have like more wins. So, I mean, Shaina's going to help me a lot, and I'm going to also help her make her percentage go up as well. So, I mean, I'm just happy to have her.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Aari, I just want to know what you think about playing with no fans this year. I know you guys have worked so hard to get people into the building the last few years.
It's going to be tough. We love our fans. They like motivate us, and they make it a hostile environment for our opponents to play in. It's going to be tough. But I mean, we got to find a way to motivate ourselves and just to be loud. So we're going to have to find a way, but it's definitely going to be tough.
And then I have one more question. What's the biggest difference between Trinity and Dominique? Like what differences do you notice when maybe in the starting lineup this year?
Both phenomenal players, but the difference is I would say that Trinity is more physical than Dominique. Dom was a more finesse player, but they both have great outside shots, but they're kind of similar in a way, but it's just I would have to say Trinity is more aggressive, but she's definitely going to be a key piece this year.
All right, go ahead, Rich.
This is for Derin, a couple non-basketball questions, if you don't mind. What's the biggest difference between back home in your homeland and the United States?
What I noticed is the high intensity in the practices, and people always are real, to each other. They always talk real to us to get better. But maybe it's a cultural difference. I don't know. Maybe it's the difference in this team. But like the most different thing is the high intensity of the practices.
Food wise, being around Tucson, being here in the United States, what's the difference in the food from back home, and what have you tried here, and what have you decided you like?
So there's a lot of difference about food in here. So there's always fast foods to eat. So that's dangerous for me because I like to eat so much. But I like honey barbecue chicken wing a lot. The barbecue stuff, and yeah, I love it a lot. But it is dangerous in America, the fast foods. Like, I gotta be careful about that. In Turkey, it's like more Mediterranean, like salad, or like more like healthier. So yeah.
Have you tried any Mexican food? Does anybody
I
take
love Mexican. I love Chipotle so much.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, well, that's it for these two. Derin, Chipotle is not real Mexican food, so someone's got to take you to a better spot.